The term must win gets thrown around a lot in sports, but tonight is a must win. Today is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021, and the eyes of the baseball world once again turn to Fenway Park for the latest installment of the greatest rivalry in baseball history, perhaps sports history. Both teams enter tonight with 92 wins and 70 losses, but whoever leaves the park with their 71st loss is going home for an early winter. The winner will move on to the American League Division Series and will be just 7 victories away from a potential World Series berth. Let's get it on. Perhaps for the final time in 2021, this is Yankees Game Night. Before I get started, I want to thank everybody who supported this channel each and every night this season. Over 4.3 million views, so hats off to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you to the mods for all of their hard work. You've helped make NYY Recaps one of the biggest Yankees destinations on the internet. And to say I'm grateful is an understatement. Unfortunately, this is the final episode of Yankees Game Night of 2021. Tough night for Yankees fans, 12 straight years of being stuck on 27 championships. But it seems as if the recent vintage of front office personnel is okay with mediocrity. They're okay with bargain bin athletes. They're okay with a substandard approach. And for that reason, there will be no home games in the Bronx this postseason. As said by the great philosopher Tin Cup in the movie by the same title, there are defining moments in life. Sometimes you define the moment, and sometimes the moment defines you. And I think the moment defined the Yankees tonight. Brian Cashman assembled this team with the impression that they could go to the World Series. But what we saw tonight was what we saw all season. It's what we saw after the 5-11 start. It's what we saw when the team would get incredibly cold after hot stretches, when they would fail to capitalize on opportunities to sweep. We saw way too many swings and misses. We saw too many one-dimensional guys, bad coaching decisions, and just not enough quality ball players, to be perfectly frank about it. Before I get to the recap, I just want to say that I've been in business a long time. And I know there's interns and research people that work for the Yankees that report to Hal Steinbrenner. And if one of them happens to see this video, I'd love for you to pass along this message. Audit the entire organization, please. The philosophy of strikeouts or home runs doesn't work in the playoffs, as noted by the very annoying A-Rod over and over tonight. Actually, he's a pretty good announcer. I just find him incredibly irritating at times. The philosophy of not prioritizing defense during the season, not prioritizing good base running, it's not going to help you win in big games. Scour the earth for fundamentally sound ball players who make contact, who run the bases well. The reason Judge has the belt up is because he was the team MVP for this season, so I see a lot of people commenting about that. Tonight should be a wake-up call. It should be seen as an opportunity to look at how things went wrong and to address the problems that plagued you all season. In June, I said that the Yankees need to consider rebuilding. A lot of people spoke up in disagreement when the Yankees won 13 in a row in August. But tonight, we saw the same flaccid offense that we've seen for most of the season. It's time for some changes. It's time for some new management. It's time for some new coaches. It's time to consider a new voice in the GM position. I like some of the things that Brian Cashman has done. I like some of the things he's done. Clay Holmes, great pickup. Jonathan Loaizaga, great foresight from the organization to bring him in and develop him. The Domingo Germán deal was a nice move. He was a throw-in prospect, ended up a pretty good starter for the Yankees at times. But you're the Yankees. It's time to act like it. Throw your weight around a little bit this offseason. Quick recap, then we'll get to your reactions. Yankees went quietly in the first. Giancarlo hit one off the monster, but only got a single out of it. Looked like he was kind of pimping the home run a little bit and came up short. Xander Bogaerts put the Red Sox on the board early with a 2-run home run. Bad pitch from Garrett Cole. Did not have much tonight. Schwarber went deep in the third to make it 3-0. Cole was done without getting anyone out in the third inning. I know he's been pitching with a bad hamstring, but if it's going to affect him this much, he needs to sit out. He needs to speak up. I see a lot of fans saying that he cracked under the pressure or that he's overrated. And until he proves otherwise, they're going to keep saying that. Ask A-Rod. Ask Stanton, who we should never question his clutch abilities again. He's been incredible this season. Yankees bullpen held serve in the third, fourth, and fifth. Nice job by Clay Holmes to get a couple of double plays. Anthony Rizzo smashed a solo home run in the top of the sixth to make it 3-1. Infield single by Judge knocked Nathan Eovaldi out of the game and put the tying run at the plate in the person of Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton drilled one off the top of the left field wall. That was the play of the game. You had a chance right there. Judge gets thrown out going home. Perfect relay by the Red Sox, but it really wasn't that close of a play. He was thrown out by plenty, and he should never have been sent. That was a mistake by the third base coach, Phil Nevin. And I know we've all been trained by Yes to love Phil Nevin and say all these great things about Phil Nevin, but are we going to mention how many people have been thrown out at home this year? Phil Nevin absolutely sucks as a third base coach and should be fired tomorrow. That's about 6 or 7 times that a big run has scored, or that a big run should have scored or should have been held, that they've been thrown out at home. Just unacceptable all year long. Gallo popped up to end the 6th inning and kill the Yankees' threat. I'd be perfectly fine with Gallo not being on the team next year. Look, I know he's good on defense. He struggles with pop-ups a little bit. I know he can be fun when he goes on those home run stretches, but this guy is just not a good hitter. He's just not a good hitter. You need better hitters. You need guys who can make contact. Look what the Red Sox did tonight. Putting the ball in play. Red Sox struck back immediately. RBI double by Verdugo in the bottom of the 6th. That knocked out Luis Severino. Loaizaga lost the strike zone in the 7th. Chad Green came in, promptly threw some gasoline on the fire. Verdugo knocked in a pair with a base hit to left field. Stanton continued his clutch performance. He hammered an opposite field home run in the top of the 9th. 7th home run in the last 8 playoff games for him. Red Sox win 6-2. Damian Aviles says absolute embarrassment. Warren Franz says Yankees break my heart again. Mike Wong says let's come back strong in 2022. I think that's one we can all get behind. Quan Chi says can't walk 7 guys. Gus Vlado says every year, same shit every single year. SB Games, thank you for all of your support this season. There was a stretch there where SB Games was going dono crazy, and I appreciate everything you did for the channel this year, SB Games. You're responsible for a lot of the high quality that we can provide because you funded a lot of the equipment. So thank you very much. I want to hear it. Let's get a round of applause for SB Games. Corey Melito says another failure of a season. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Former eBayer says that was the worst Yankees season of his entire lifetime. I don't know how long that is, but I'm just going to assume that you've been a Yankee fan for a while, judging by how much I've seen you on this chat. Yankees win 17 says fire Trashman. I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Rosa Henriquez, thank you for all the support, says this would have been a different game at Yankee Stadium. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see. Big Dave says, at least we don't have to watch this shit show anymore. Hey, it is what it is. Hopefully next year we'll load up on some fresh players and give it a better go. Let's see here. Warren France says, what team ever wins the World Series that way? He's referencing the strikeout or nothing approach or home run approach. And, I can't say that in recent memory, teams do win that way. Super chat from Cool Roadry says, big things will happen this offseason. They better. They better. Justine Barriento says, we need a major revamp to our bullpen and coaching staff. Fire Boone also. I actually don't think the bullpen is in bad shape. I think Loizaga is going to do a nice job next year. Clay Holmes looks like a keeper. I don't know if they're going to put Severino back in the rotation, but if they choose to keep him in the bullpen, he could do a nice job. Domingo Herman, I think, could pitch out of the bullpen if they need to. I think they've got some bullpen arms. Lucas Licky was solid for most of the year. Got to imagine he'll be back. G-Man says, time to clean house. No fight in this team. Go ahead and agree with you there. Carlos Boladeras says, Cole shit the bed tonight. He definitely is pitching hurt, but he did not have his best stuff. And, I feel like if you're going to take the ball hurt, you've got to deliver. If Michael Jordan on the night that he had the flu had scored 7 points and had 19 turnovers, we'd be talking differently about him. Got to rise to the occasion. Adam Hurst with the $10 donut says, as a Red Sox fan, I want to congratulate you on a hard-fought season. Doing an amazing job this year. Hope next season will bring you stardom you deserve. P.S. We'll beat the Rays for you. I'm rooting for you. I hate the Rays. I'm going to go on record. I'm rooting for the Red Sox to beat the Rays because I don't like the Rays at all. At all. Damian, maybe that makes me a bad Yankees fan. I want the Red Sox to win the entire thing because then we can say we lost to the world champions. All right, maybe that's a little bit too much. I think I would rather have the Giants win it. I think the Giants are a fun team to watch right now. Damian Green says, thanks for all the content this year. We kind of knew the season would end rough. Got myself a glass of rose. Go Rays. Thank you, Damian, for the support. Lou Ram says, go for a big shakeup and bring back the Yankee magic in 2022. Thank you very much. Evil Magnitude says, 4 through 9, 1 for 80 million tonight. Can't go through 2022 with half the roster under 200, especially if they don't walk for the big guys. Appreciate the dono, Evil Magnitude. Bottom half of the order was not good tonight. And look, I want to give a shout out to Brett Gardner because he's played well against the tired arms the last couple of months. He's had a number of big hits, but he's gotten a chance to play in front of the fans. I think it's time to step aside to let Greg Allen take over as the fourth outfielder. I would have much rather seen Allen in there tonight than Brett Gardner. Puerto Rican veteran, tons of support from you this season, my friend. Appreciate it. Puerto Rico. Oh. Hal better change his philosophy and start spending. Let's see. Apparently, I might have missed one here. I've got a couple more. I'm looking for all the donos because I went on kind of a long diatribe here. I Eat Grass says, sadness. Let's see here. Connor de Bruin says, realistically, what are the odds Boone is gone in the offseason? I think Aaron Boone will be gone in the offseason. I really do. I want to know what you guys think about Brian Cashman's chances about being gone in the offseason. Look, he's had a lot of opportunities, and I like the man, and he's made some good moves, but I would honestly be okay with them promoting Brian Cashman to one of those jobs where you get paid to go golfing and to take sponsors out, to dinner. Let him be an executive with the Yankees, but I want a different look at, making the final calls on who plays for this team. April says, please give my husband Butler 10X a birthday shout out. He's the best and most loyal Yankee fan you'll ever know. Let's get a happy birthday in the chat to Butler 10X. Happy birthday, Chain.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. Let's see here. Devin Cerna says, can't believe Stanton hit 3 home runs tonight. Right? The second one that he hit would have been a home run in 11 ballparks. That's more than a third of the ballparks in baseball. The first one I don't think was that impressive. It kind of went about halfway up the wall, but it was not overall a long shot. Maria Mariquin says, "Thank you for a great show, Derek. Looking forward to next season. Good work." I appreciate that, Maria. And as for next season, I'm considering keeping the game night show to wins, and then just doing the Frieze, my audio podcast, on nights they lose. I find that the chat can get a little toxic, and I can get a little toxic after a particularly bad loss. And one of the things I've learned doing this every night for the however many months now is that the toxicity it can be tough on the soul. C-Wag says, Cora out-coached Ben Boone tonight. What were the Yankees chasing so many pitches, especially the first pitch? Sox were patient for their pitches. Yeah, it was almost a role reversal. Appreciate that. The Red Sox typically seem like they're aggressive hitters against the Yankees, but tonight the Yankees flipped the script and they were much more aggressive. But, we saw a lot of first pitch outs. If you're going to swing first pitch, you got to do some damage. Ronnie with the $5 donut says, God bless you and thank you for your hard work. Best Yankees coverage on the web. Get out of here. I want to give a shout out to some other content creators. Ronnie is a dono legend, by the way. We got to give you the custom. Ronnie, the dono legend. I want to give a shout out to some other great Yankees content creators. First off, shout out to my 643 DP partner, Patrick Hennessy, over on Unhinged Yankees. If you don't follow his channel, he's an up-and-comer. I want to give a shout out to 161 River Ave, Jason Surge. He is a true fan of the same ilk as me. Been a fan for many, many years, and he and I have had several conversations this season. Love talking to him. Of course, John Boy and Jake for opening the door to content creators like myself and others who've been able to put together these little mini side hustles doing baseball stuff, just talking sports. And anyone else I forgot. We have a lot of great content creators out there that deserve a lot of love. Designated Spittas, love those guys. Their nights at the round table broadcasts are fantastic. Just so many great content options out there. So shout out to you guys. And Frankie Baseball, everyday grind with the highlights and the reaction. And it was hard to do during a season when the Yankees struggled so much at times. Stone Cold says, the Yankees have become just another team, and that's the worst thing you can say. That is tough. CS says, our bullpen is phenomenal. We need more contact and speed. 100% agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
AERPX says, is Ketel Marte a free agent? He is not. And also, he's had some injury issues. I really like him as a player, but he has had some injury difficulties. Board Rican Veteran says, Hal needs to start acting like his father a little. I don't think that George Steinbrenner grew up a man of privilege, I know he went to military school and things like that, and he definitely had to be disciplined, and I don't know if he was born as rich as his kids were, but I feel like Hal may have taken for granted that this team is just going to win, just supposed to win every night. But you got to put in the work. You got to carry the franchise the way you expect the players to carry themselves. You got to be cocky, and I just don't see that from Hal. Mason Wood with the $20 donut says, thanks for all the entertainment this season. Appreciate it. Have to just remember that not all players can perform in New York. Hopefully Hal spends some money this offseason. I think one or both of the Seager brothers would be a great fit. I would love to see them both. That would be kind of a nice pickup to get both of them. I really like having Gleyber Torres over there at second base. But the thing is, we also have some great shortstop prospects, great infield prospects. Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswald Peraza, and Anthony Volpe all had really great seasons. We got the Martian on the way. He'll be up. One of the videos I'll be doing soon will highlight some of the prospects and how they did this year. Luke Figla says, fire Boone and Timms, pick up Scherzer, Ray, and Seager this offseason. Appreciate it. I don't think there's any way that Max Scherzer is going to come to the Yankees. I think he's probably going to re-sign with the Dodgers, and he's 7-0 with the Dodgers. He's done a really great job. JCD says, is Cole overrated and is he really an ace? One, he really is an ace. He led the league in wins and he was a Cy Young contender until the final couple of weeks. He hasn't been the same since a hamstring injury. He really hasn't. And I believe A-Rod when he says that Garrett Cole is going to use this as motivation, as fuel to come back even bigger next season. Laura Volpe says, thanks for the great season, Derek. You were a bright spot in an otherwise atrocious dark season. I thank you very much, Laura Volpe, for all of the support that you've given this season. It means a lot. Yankees win 17 says, great job. If they don't make major seasons, Cashman and the entire staff minus Blake, I'm boycotting next year. I do not blame you. I do not blame you. James Reckling says 2 wins don't win many games, especially in Fenway. Look, this is supposed to be a team that's built on the home run and taking the home run or nothing approach or whatever. But look, there's a lot of guys that just don't hit a lot of home runs. You know, I don't think Gallo is going to hit a lot of home runs off of great pitching. I don't have the numbers in front of me, so I can't pull it up. And somebody may very well comment that he does X against pitchers that sport such and such an ERA to show that he's a good home run hitter against good pitchers. But just judging from my eye, it seems like he gets shut down by good pitchers because he swings and misses so much. Gary Sanchez, I don't think is going to get much better. He's another guy that feasts on tired arms and hanging sliders. The Yankees need to get some guys who hit good pitching. You know, find some guys who hit, 280 to 320 against good pitching. I mean, get a couple of those guys in the lineup and it'll make a difference. Let's see here. Spanish RMX says, bye Sanchez, Gallo, Gardy, Odor. I'll miss Gardner. We got another super dono from Ryan Satmary says, American living in South Korea. Catch your content live when I can and after work. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for the support. GG says, thanks for all the streams. I don't get to watch the games because I'm working nights to pay for school and these streams keep me updated. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's why I do this, I try and do this for the fans. SB Games with the dono. Appreciate that, SB. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm a little far behind in the chats here. We've had a lot come through, and I'm just catching up. Vincent Monarca says, thanks for your content this year. Look forward to next year. Boone, third base coach. Castman needs to be promoted, not GM. Hey, you stole my line. Appreciate it. I don't know if Boone would become a third base coach, going directly from the manager position. I think it'd be more likely that he would be fired altogether. Laura Volpe says, hopeful for next year. Thanks for all the great content. Appreciate it. I must have missed a few and they keep getting sent through and I'm getting them late. Aggressively striking out, Vincent Monarca. Some people want Corey Seager. Corey Seager would be a nice fit. Not going to argue with you. Bob Tremblay with another dono. Appreciate that. Mike Bragg says, why can't we beat Boston in the playoffs anymore? Because they're a better team. They're constructed better. They play a better game. Garrett says, love the recaps. Could there be any huge off-season trades? I would count on it. I think that Luke Voigt's probably going to get dealt. I think you could see Aaron Hicks dealt as kind of like a salary dump. I see some stuff going down this winter. I really think we're going to have some major changes here. Corey Molino says, Yankees cannot beat Houston, Boston, or Tampa Bay. It's looking that way. Ricky Ocasio says, Beltran for manager. Sounds like he's going to end up with the Mets. Sounds like he could be acquired by the Mets. Patrick Bean says, so much I want to say about this disappointing team, but mostly I just want to thank you for all the great content. I appreciate you, Patrick. You guys are making me emotional. I mean, this has been a fun year. Even though the Yankees did not have the season that we all hoped for, it's been fun. Tass says he appreciates the content, and more growth to come. And you guys are coming with me, because this show is about you, not about me. I want to give one last round of applause to the Yankees booth. John Sterling and Susan Waldman, another great season. It was very difficult for them because they couldn't go to most of the games. So shout out to those guys. I'm going to call it a season. After this final chat says, my source tells me Hicks will be starting in center field in 2022. Hey, you'll, I hope you're wrong. And on that, we're